What's up? In this video, we're going to get down to business and talk about components using VueJS. So let's get developing. So before we start the video, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jason, and I'm here to help you increase your web development skill level. So if that's your goal, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell right beside it, so you'll always be notified of my next video. So now saying that, let's go ahead and get back to the regular scheduled video where we're talking about components in VueJS. Get on to making your first component. So if you're following along with me, go ahead and create your folder. I call mine Vue Components, and inside that folder, go ahead and create your index.html file. And I have two folders, one for my CSS and one for JavaScript. And inside the CSS folder, I have a style.css file. And inside the JavaScript folder, I have my app.js file. So now, let's go ahead and open up our index.html file. And if you have Emmet installed, in which most IDs nowadays should, you can just go ahead and hit exclamation point and tab. And what that will do is lay out a base HTML document for you, and inside the head tag, just above the title tag, is where I link my style sheet at. So all you have to do is just type link and tab, and then in the href section, just type in dot and forward slash, because it's in the same directory as the index HTML file, and then type CSS / style.css, and I'm going to go ahead and change the title of the document to Vue Components. And inside the body tag, I'm going to create some space, and I'm going to type out script :src for source, and then tab. And then inside here, we can just go ahead and put ./js/app.js to link our JavaScript file to our page. Now, if you've seen my other videos, which I have in this series, you know that we have to come in here to Vue, go to VueJS.org, and under Getting Started, we can go ahead and grab this first script here, which will insert Vue onto our page. So copy that, and going back to our IDE, we can paste that right above our script file. And then just to see if everything is working, we can go ahead and just type in the H1 and hit tab and type in hello world. Okay, if we save this, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the integrated terminal that comes with VS Code. And I'm going to type in live server, which is a file you can get off of Node. So sudo live server. and enter. and it's going to open up our page for us. So let me straighten this out a little bit. And now that we see that everything is working, let's go ahead and open up our app.js file. And we're going to go ahead and create a Vue instance. So const app equals new Vue. And then we got to give it a JavaScript object. And inside this object, we're going to grab a hold of our app element, our app ID. And then we're going to create a data field here with an object, and we're going to say message. And we're going to type out hello from VueJS. So we can save this. And it's not gonna work. It's not gonna show anything right now because we gotta go back to our index.html file. And instead of just having this h1 there, we're gonna create a div with the ID of app. And then we're gonna put our double mustache or double curly brace and type in message here like we did in our app, MSG. And then we can save this. And we have hello from VueJS. We can make that a little bit bigger, putting that into H1, an H1 tag. Okay, and so we know that everything's linked up all right. We have a Vue instance now that's giving us a message of hello from VueJS. So, but now, how do we create a component? Well, to create a component, what I'm gonna do is just go on top of our app variable here. So now we just have to go view.component. Oops, if I can spell component. And then it's gonna take two arguments. One being the name of your component, which we're going to name button counter. And then the next one is an object. So we're going to have to pass an object. And inside this object, it's just going to be like any other Vue instance we've seen except for the L property. So it's going to also have a data property. But now this data property here is going to be a function. And it's going to have to return an object, which now we can pass in our variables. Okay, so now that we got that, now we have to set up a template. And using backticks, which is located right next to your one, I'm going to put a div. And inside this div, it's going to be our button. Which is going to contain our count variable. But we want the count button to when we click this button, we want the count to increment by 1. So I'm gonna just go ahead and write this out here. And then, just like we would do any other time, we're gonna put a V on to catch the event, :click. We want to watch out for the click event. And inside this click event, what we want is for the count to increment. So now if we save this, we still don't see anything in our view, because now we have to place it in our new component inside of our index.html file. So right up underneath the H1, I'm going to make another HTML element now, and it's going to be button counter. Now if we save this, we have our button. And if we click it, it increments by 1. So, as you can see now, adding a component in Vue is very straightforward. All you have to do is just go and say Vue.component. Inside parentheses, you gotta remember it's gonna take two parameters. Okay, so first one is gonna be the name of your component, which we named button counter, and the second is gonna be an object. And inside this object, you can pass in everything that you can pass into your regular view. You can have methods, you can have data properties, all that. But also, you have to have a template. So you have to define a template also. Save that, and then remember to put your component inside your HTML document, and then you have your component. We stated that a component was reusable, so it doesn't matter. You can add as many of these components as you wish, wherever you want. So let's add 2 more here. And save this. And now you have 3 components on the page, and they all update on their own. They all have their own data. But as I was stating, if you didn't put your data property as a function, let's see what happens. So if we just went here and said count and gave it a 0 and then saved it like this without a function, it still is not showing the component properly, and that's because our data property is not properly formatted. So let's put this back as a function. And then let's return the count. Save it. And now we have a properly working component again. So now that you know how to add a component to your VueJS project, if you like this tutorial, why don't you go ahead and give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below of how much you like the tutorial, or what could I do differently. And if you haven't by now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell right beside it, so you'll be notified the next time I come out with a video. And in our next video, we'll talk about how to pass data between your components. So until next time, keep developing.